Now, this is a great video from Carl Zah. We had him on the show quite a few times. A great guest. I want to play this video. It literally speaks for itself because this person, God bless her heart, is like a Morning Joe viewer. Like, we do these propaganda reports, and you in the comments, I see you guys like, who watching this shit? I can't believe like, you guys be raging just like we do. The comments be hilarious. You guys like, who watching this shit? And this is an example of people who watch it, like the cowbell.
So funny.
Remember the people that do distance exposed that didn't want to go after George Bush? Morning Joe watcher. This person we about to show right now, Morning Joe watcher. So that's my last preface. Let's watch the video.
I'm been very concerned lately about China.
She's been concerned lately about China. Wonder who implanted that fear into her brain. You think she's just waking up one day? Oh my God, China! No, she's getting this fear implanted into her, the same as all suburban wine moms everywhere. Not even just in the United States, in Australia as well. Caitlin Johnstone's right about the insane anti-China propaganda. She says it's arguably worse there. I'm like, damn, because they like right there, U.S. sending nuclear submarines for them to be a counter to China as well. Anti-China propaganda in Japan as well. It's crazy. So I'll start the video over again. You guys see this is what she leads into. And this guy, I don't know, I didn't look into this guy, but this guy dismantles her, and it was brilliant. Let's play it.
I'm been very concerned lately about China. They're in Africa. They're lending money to countries to build ports and different infrastructure.
To build what?
Port.
And what's wrong with that?
And well, because
countries that need ports get ports.
But they're making people dependent on. I mean, I know it's the same thing that we've done, which is
no, it's not
around the world.
They are far more humanistic than the United States ever was.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Great. So
let me give you an example. Of course, they are peddling.
This is why I think she's a Morning Joe watcher, because this is why I say God bless
she's
her.
Genuine. She's not at all. I can hear it in her voice and her demeanor. She's been fooled.
Yeah.
So like the way he's responding, maybe he's not trying to be, but it's coming off that way as if, like, it's like a suspect. She's genuinely isn't understanding what's going on probably right now.
Yes, CJ. That's exactly why I described her the way I did. She subscribed to the New York Times, watched the Post, and I told you guys, if you focus and you watch corporate media, you're gonna be less informed than people who don't watch that shit.
Yeah.
You want to know who's not falling for China fear mongering? My brothers and shit. They're not working on China because they're not ingesting that toxic media. So I'm gonna go back just a little bit more, and then we can get into it.
The States ever was.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Great.
I'm gonna go back a little bit more, but I also want to mention he handled this perfect, and I need to learn more from this as well. Like when you are brainwashed, like just ask them basic questions, and you watch their ideology fall apart, and that's what this guy does, and it's really great to see.
Which is
no, it's not
around the world.
They are far more humanistic than the United States ever was.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Great. So
let me give you an example. Of course, they are peddling for influence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they are non-interventionist. Absolutely non-interventionist in a way that Europeans, the West, has never managed to fathom. The Chinese never asked Apple to go to Shenzhen and produce all the iPhones. It was Steve Jobs that decided that. Yeah? Mm-hmm. It was not China that went to Washington, D.C. and demanded that they buy a third of your national debt. If they hadn't bought it, you would be in serious trouble. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the influence of China outside its borders, it's quite remarkable that they don't seem to have any military ambitions. Instead of going into Africa with troops, colonially, destroying the country, killing people like the West has done for the last 100 years, what they did was they went to Addis Ababa and they said to the government, we can see you have problems with your infrastructure. We would like to build some new airports, upgrade your railway system, create a telephone system, and rebuild your roads. And we'll do this all for free. No strings attached. We don't want anything from you. And they did. Why did they do it? Because it's soft power. They are immense.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And CJ, what's wrong with that? So what China does, they build diplomacy and relationship with countries through these actions. In the United States, who's in the West, in the UK, who built their countries based on violence and imperialism, their mind cannot comprehend this shit. What do they want? What are they trying to get out of this? They do get something out of it. They are acting in benefit. They get close relations and they get people that want to do business with them. The people who are more friendly to them. So CJ, when you have a problem with people, imagine someone donated $500 to a homeless shelter, but then they say that, well, the only reason I donate $500 is I want people to compliment me. I want people to say I'm a nice guy. I'm like, shit, I don't give a fuck as long as you get that $500. He just sits there like, man, people praising me. This is the only reason I do. He's doing it for ego reasons. He wants people to praise him. I don't give a fuck if you're doing it for that. You're doing a good thing. That's China and Africa. China is building and doing this stuff in Africa for their own reasons, to grow their geopolitical power. But if you build a hospital, roads, and you fix this country, who gives a fuck? I'm like, yeah, the Chinese motherfuckers are cool. I'm cool with them. That's what China says.